The 2K Sports pregame show.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh, this is
Shiver
my
me timbers,
favorite.
mate.
Yes.
Hold it. St. Patrick's Day.
Shiver me timbers,
Shiver me
mate.
timbers, mate.
Ernie,
It's like a pirate speaking in Australia.
you question.
We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. This is the last stop for the 76ers before returning back to Philadelphia. They are 4 games out of the final playoff spot, so they'll need some good breaks down the final stretch to make it happen.
And right now for the 76ers, they've gotten off to the kind of start teams just dread. They've already dug a nice hole for themselves.
They do have the talent necessary to get it turned around quickly. They won't want to wait too much longer to do it, but they can still make it a productive season.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the 76ers, we've got Markieff Morris. Grant is out there with Seth Curry. Then it's Zeller, and it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Curry, following the basket by Trae Young. Outside Curry. Clock at 6. Unloads from 13. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
Now, that's a head scratcher. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
Now, here is Young. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Offensive rebound. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, Thompson not really the guy who's going to punish you consistently for sending him to the free throw line.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Well, Tristan Thompson, someone who has fallen off greatly in production, Doris, the last few seasons.
Right, Tristan Thompson at his best is a guy who scores efficiently, but really his defense and rebounding are what he's got to hang his hat on.
Now, here's Lopez. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Stolen by Ball. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And a wide open look for Valanciunas. Off target on the 15-footer. Gasol against Morris. Grant gets a wide open look. The 76ers again can't hit it. Cavaliers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And it's Ball in the corner. Gasol against Morris. Gasol passes the ball. Off target at the rim. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Philadelphia 76ers, trailing by 2. Ball's knocked loose. Grant against Young. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go with a 3. Grant, that's good. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Shot's good from Young.
And that's how you answer back.
You can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Now here's Curry. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against. Now the pass to Grant. 5 to shoot. From deep. Offensive rebound. No good on the shot. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Young's shot is off. 2 for 1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Curry kicks to Lopez. Ball against Curry. Releases. No good off the front iron.
And a surprise he doesn't knock that down. Defense a little too lax that time.
And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That'll be his second foul of the game. 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Thompson inside. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the butt. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Cavaliers ahead. They're up by 2. And don't go away.
It's just fun. You see more fans on the stage.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And welcome back as we continue our St. Paddy's Day broadcast. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
And just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
And one thing that's important is they're making good on the chances they're given.
Marc Gasol is out there with Thompson. And it's Young. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ball in at the 1 spot. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay, we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
And so in the game for the 76ers, we've got Robin Lopez, Cody Zeller out there with Morris, and there's Seth Curry, and it's Grant in at the 2 guard. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Clock at 6. Lets it go. And that one hits back iron.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul against Philadelphia.
But Kevin, when Valanciunas forces the issue like that, he is really tough to handle. He does a good job drawing contact.
The 76ers trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lopez dishes to Zeller. Morris outside from deep. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
And Gasol gets it to go.
I'll tell you, that's nice work, right? You move, you get into space on the perimeter, and you knock down the 3.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, he gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
Curry against Ball. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now it's an 11-point Cavalier lead.
And made only about a quarter of their shots in the first. Totally flat, but they bounced back and built a lead here with a much better second quarter.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Al Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Pass to Valanciunas. Young outside. Here's Thompson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Thompson, just a spectacular athlete and so muscular. He is so crafty on how he draws fouls while shooting.
He hits the second from the line.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Curry against Ball. Curry looking around. To the paint. And the dunk by Zeller.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
And you can blame it on a terrible defensive breakdown, one that could possibly swing the momentum here.
Grant against Young. And we've reached halftime in this one. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again for the Cavaliers. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
The area where they impressed me the most has been on the boards. When the shot's gone up, everybody goes for it. Just a matter of maintaining that energy, playing with that same kind of aggression in the final 2 quarters.
And it's just about
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Thompson. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Young in at the 2. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. And good that time.
Look, Kevin, this guy's been adept at finding ways to finish inside. Jonas Valanciunas doesn't miss many of these chances. Given an opportunity, he'll deliver.
It's Curry with the drive. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, give it to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those 3 men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
Young against Grant.
They wanted a fast start coming out of the break, and they are now 3 for 3.
The 76ers trail by 11. Passes it to Morris. Lopez up top, guarded by Valanciunas. Pulls it up. Shot by Zeller, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Gasol kicks to Valanciunas. And he drops it in from the low post. Valanciunas has got 6.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
And checking out some numbers for Marc Gasol. His last 10 games, he's putting up 6 points a night, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Not his best production, and I expect him to break through and get back on track soon.
I think he's been pressing a little bit too much, Greg. He just needs to relax and let the game come to him. Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Young taking his time here. Knocks down the three ball.
Smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
1:30 left to play in the third. Knocked loose. Here's Curry. Rebounded by Valanciunas. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks.
And at 6'6" ball, very similar to Jason Kidd in terms of the vision that he plays the game with. His IQ is off the charts.
And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. Gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. And Young kicks to Thompson. Pass to Valanciunas. At the elbow, it's Gasol. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know, by now, I don't think there's much question. Mark and his brother Powell are the best 1-2 brother punch in NBA history. How about over 30,000 points combined?
And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
76ers moving the ball around. They get it back. Lopez laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lopez has got his third basket of the night.
One of the most impactful offensive rebounders in the game. Robin Lopez doing work.
And here's Young. He's got 11. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Well, it is all about the three ball nowadays in the NBA. And when he's hitting from there, it's going to make things very tough on the defense.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Cavaliers on top, leading by 17.
Take everything you got.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so Curry will bring it up for Philadelphia. 17-point game. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Taking a look at the 76ers. Grant is out there with Curry. Then it's Cody Zeller. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Morris in at the small forward. Valanciunas. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. The pass to Morris. Kicks to Zeller. Ball against Curry. They get a hand on it. Just 5 to shoot. Inside. And Young with the basket on the assist by Ball. 16 points for Trae Young.
And offensively, they finally seem to be coming around after an ugly first half.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Just killing it from deep. They've got to be all up in his jersey at all times. Give him even an inch, and you're just asking for him to drop another triple on you.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Zeller, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Grant outside. Lopez against Valanciunas. Lopez finds Curry. Yes, that goes in.
You know, how about the big fella making the right play there to create that bucket?
The Cavaliers leading by 15. Pass to Young. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Cavaliers on D. Here's Zeller. The jumper from the free throw line is good.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
And Young kicks to Valanciunas. Oh, the lob to Valanciunas. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
Young against Grant. Back to Curry. From deep. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Gasol's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Cavaliers.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Trae Young.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold spells. And anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball, and he'd get them in the right position.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Gibson comes in for Thompson. McDermott's checked in for Marc Gasol. And it's Burks in for Lonzo Ball. Then for the 76ers, Evan Turner. He's checked in for Markieff Morris. Troy Daniels comes in for Jaren Grant. And Harris subbed in for Curry. And the 76ers with possession. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Outside Turner. The rebound by Gibson. Young outside. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. This game may not have been... All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony...
The real ones.